Content warning. This is a horror game and not intended for all audience. Please visit our website if you need a specific list of content warnings. This also contains flickering image effects as well as a parallax effect that on rare occasions causes motion sickness in players. If either of these effects cause health issues, you can disable them in game's preferences. Greetings and salutations everyone, I'm Mac. This is Let's Play Slay the Princess the Pristine Cut. I realized something that we aren't going to get another chance to get at. So even though I did intend to wrap up the run, we're going to start a new chapter and sort of blitz through the whole thing.
While I appreciate... Don't mention it.
We're going to speedrun to the Princess and the Dragon.
You take the door to the...
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down? I know.
You ignore. You lunge. Yes. You open the cabin door. Oh, what? Everyone is...
I was hoping I'd get a better ending for saving the
This
world.
isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain...
Hell no, do you have any idea how to get us out of here?
But you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade.
Anything to get out of this. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. She won't be a problem. The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. It feels like no one's been here for a long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
We need the blade.
Take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body, lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay, she's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous skeletal grin. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here? Ghost! Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I had some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
Slay the princess.
Hesitation, you lash out with your blade. It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times you stab at her, no matter how many angles you strike from, all you manage to do is interrupt her form, the skin of your hand prickling with cold as it passes through, unable to find anything solid.
You're adorable when you're confused.
Jump scare.
But I didn't say you could touch me. Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
There's a definite change to the music when you upset her by trying to strike her down. If I'd known I'd have to talk to you again, I wouldn't have slain you.
And if I knew you were going to murder me without even knowing who I was, I wouldn't have given you the chance. We all make mistakes.
Slay the princess harder. Fine, if I can't hurt you, then there's anything for me to do. What do you want from me?
I want you to make things right. I want you to set me free. This place won't let me leave, but you seem to come and go as you please. So help me out. Let me in. And maybe all of this can be water under the bridge. Remember, you owe me.
Maybe we should have just left her here. Maybe we should still just leave her here. If she can't get out on her own, then why do we have to do anything? Hasn't gotten out and can't get out are two very different things. It'd be dull anyway. It's more interesting if we make a choice. Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can possess us? She is. But I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her. Would she be able to see us if we went along with it? Now isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him. You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
Before I agree, we need to talk about what happens after you leave. I was told you'd end the world.
So, that's where the hostility comes from. I don't know where you got that idea.
Well, were you going to end the world? Would you end it if you could?
Well, killer, what does it mean for something to end anyway? You ended me, but I'm still right here in front of you, aren't I? After seeing what you've seen, how can you be sure anything ends?
I see her point. Everything here is so impermanent, always shifting. The end of one thing just leads to the start of another.
Things end. Things have ends. This sentence just ended.
Oh, come on. I'm floating right in front of you. Still here despite your best efforts. You can't pretend that doesn't mess with the whole concept of ending.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. I have given it enough thought. Let's get you out of here.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
Thanks for the body, killer.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
I am tempted to make a checkpoint just so I can see what she's like when we do get her to the exit, but at the same time, we've already drugged this LP for way too long compared with how long the game is.
A sharp chills. I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over? I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. You collapse to the floor.
Get up. You've still got a job to do.
Your eyes flick back over.
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
So, it doesn't work like that for you? Clearly it doesn't. Or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor? Are they also supposed to be you?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass.
Yeah? Go on. Finish the thought. What are you?
A voice? I'm me is what I am. Who cares what we are? We exist.
Do you have to deal with this annoying bickering all the time?
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too. I'm clearly the same thing you are.
Hopefully they'll all go away once we leave this place. I don't know how you can tolerate all of this noise.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
So you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there, like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen. Obviously she's nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
Oh, shut up. Stop trying to manipulate everyone. Or don't, actually. It doesn't really matter. Because you won't be around to do this for much longer.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
We do have quick saves, so we can put down one here and backtrack to it. Leave the basement.
Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form and clumsy with the cold that still pervades them, stumble towards the stairs.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's the end of the world.
But that's exactly what you leaving this place is going to be.
You don't know that.
I do. Wait, if she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving won't end the world? It doesn't mean that at all. It could mean that wherever her home is, it's outside of the world. Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? And if it's somewhere, then it's part of the world. I suppose it's all a matter of perspective. Where does the world end and something else begin? Does the destruction of one open a door to another? Or is it the same world reborn? Against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaningless little voices, your body continues its ascent up the stairs, staggering through the open door. For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place.
It's because he can't stop me. Why do you think he sent you here?
I hate to admit it, but she's not wrong. It's just the weight of it all. It's too much for me to do anything other than describe and dictate. And whine. This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess. If you want to renege on your cataclysmically terrible decision a minute ago, well, you're the only one that can make that happen.
Trudge forward.
You continue slowly to the door, your feet like lead dragging across the floorboards, growing heavier with each step.
Finally! Finally!
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle, but you pause before you open it, exhaustion sapping what's left of your will. Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? It's over. There's no use stalling. Let's see what happens next.
Open the door.
Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough, was it? The handle clicks as you twist it, and then the door groans open. Collapse to the ground, you and the princess, free from the confines of the cabin. As you exhale from the effort, you look up and see... yes?
Nothing. He's gone. And so is everything else.
So we did slay him after all. He had it coming, I suppose. But what about us? Are we just stuck here in nowhere forever? Did taking her out of the cabin really end the world? We're still here. Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore? Are we in some world that exists after the world ends, or on top of the other world but not in it, or have we never been part of the world?
Alright, let's see if I'm stuck with you forever.
You feel a lightness in your chest as a pair of sunken eyes emerge from your body and stare up at you.
Guessing not. All's well that ends well, right? You lived up to your end of the bargain, so I'll live up to mine. Thanks.
Don't mention it.
I think this is where I'm meant to be.
And now we can backtrack and actually stab ourselves.
Isn't that an interesting... I hadn't even
Did you mean to take me with you?
Oh, you're here. Great. All I meant to do was leave. What happened to you and where you wound up wasn't exactly a top concern.
Yeah, that hand in the cursor is very unraveled. Doesn't seem to know what it wants to be.
At least it seems like it's just you. Those other ones were unbearable, especially that murder-happy know-it-all. I'm willing to pretend that you didn't just stab yourself to spite me, but don't think I've forgotten a thing. This is an alliance of convenience.
Gurgling liquid bubbles up from open pockets in the disintegrating mass in front of you. It's trying to speak, but it no longer has the tissue that speech requires.
Wait, maybe this still counts as leaving together. Come on, let's get the hell out of here. Here we go.
You hurtle towards the cabin stairs, but time seems to slow down the closer you get. In a moment, you're halfway, then in 2 moments, you're halfway. Having the distance until upstairs feels almost within reach.
Come on, we're so close.
You are seated in a room that is empty. A chain digs into your wrist, binding one arm to the wall. It's quiet, you are alone, this is what you deserve, this is what you deserve, this is what you deserve.
Well, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Well, that's something. I guess we're really stuck together then.
If we're both here, what happened to the others?
There's 4 walls around us and a chain around my wrist. How am I supposed to know about anything that isn't right in front of me? Maybe they're gone. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And if nobody comes by, well, I guess we'll be waiting a long time.
Yeah, I could believe this is roughly the same corner, although it's a lot more wooden, so I guess it isn't quite the exact same. Are we still a ghost? Your gaze turns to your hands. Solid, translucent, solid again.
Huh. I don't know. It's like we're one and then the other. Make up your mind already, body, will you?
What happened to us? What happened to everything?
We're back where I started.
What are we supposed to do? Just wait for something to
You
happen?
have any better ideas?
Time passes. You are still here.
Huh. Did the rest of you get lost?
Now that I think about it, both times I've been here, nothing happened until after I saw a title card. We haven't seen a title card yet.
Title card? What on earth are you talking about?
The first one I got said Chapter 1 Hero and Princess. After we both died, I got Chapter 2 Spectre.
Some hero you turned out to be.
Ha ha, get your laughs out.
I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at...
Actually, autosave backtrack time, This is stupid, you're gonna laugh
Whether
at me.
I laugh at you depends on the title. I'm not going to make any promises I can't keep. I don't lie.
The first one I got said Chapter 1 Hero and Princess. After we died, I got Chapter 2 The Spectre.
Some hero you turned out to be. Oh, you're no fun. What is this, our third go-round? Chapter 3, The Princess and the Dragon.
Wait, am I a dragon? Hell yeah!
Dragons are monsters, you know. But alright, whatever makes you happy.
The click of a latch, creaking of hinges, something is here.
I think that's you.
Your gaze turns back to your hands, they flicker once
Still a
again.
mess. It's like you don't really know what we are.
Thump on the floorboards above. Then another, the scraping of metal against the surface. The flickering stops, you are solid.
So, you took the knife. Of course you did.
And the hand remains, weird. Am I going to say nothing?
Apparently not.
Movement on the stairs.
You're always so loud on the way down.
Then a figure emerges, shrouded in a feathered darkness, world trailing behind it, shining blade gleaming against the wooden walls. It stares at you. Hello? You say nothing.
I'm the one in control here. You don't get to put words in my mouth. Back to the same song and dance, aren't we?
The head on the figure cocks to the side. Inquisitive, suspicious, hostile. Its emotions are unreadable.
Well, what's it going to be this time?
The silence holds. I hate this silence. It's putting me on edge.
Oh, is it? Because you do this quiet staring act a lot. Can't say I'm a fan. Hey, I'm talking to you. It's rude to have a conversation in front of other people without letting them in on it.
Oh, you would like to hear what we're thinking, wouldn't you?
He raises the blade above his head, dangling it by the handle in front of his eyes.
But I think we hold the power right now.
Do you hold the power right now? Because I think you're missing a very important part of yourself, so I wouldn't be too hasty about using that knife.
Interesting, so we were actually able to delay her bringing up that we're in here, but we can't stop her from mentioning it?
Wait, you know about the Decider being gone? Okay, well, that changes things, doesn't it? Look, I love that you're trying to contribute, but I think we need to take a little sidebar. But I don't want to do it. I'm so sorry. This will just be a moment.
Silence as the mind in front of you falls back into itself.
Unbelievable.
I think you have to make them listen. Try being assertive.
Believe me, I can be assertive. Hey, I'm talking to you?
My apologies. They're really being quite dull in here.
More silence.
I think they want to kill you. At least the new one does. He's very, very passionate about it.
Well, he can try if he wants, but I'm not so sure you all have it in you. Not without your missing piece.
Ah, but that just makes it two birds with one stone, doesn't it? How tempting. From what I remember, it's pretty easy to kill you the first time around. And this time you're back to being very... what's the word? Fleshy? Yes, exactly. That's precisely the word I was looking for. You're fleshy now. No more of that incorporeality. Trust me, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think it would be easy.
Bring it then. But you caught me off guard the first time. It's not going to happen again.
True. She is very good at smacking it. The only reason we get to Spectre is if we give her no chance to respond. Even a little bit of hesitation will prove undoing. And guess what? Opportunist is really good at doing the hesitation.
Well, what can I say? I'd back off if I wasn't already overcommitted, so I guess I'll just have to pretend that you're bluffing. Which you may be. probably are.
Having second thoughts?
Shut up.
You can feel yourself shrink and then grow, facilitating between small and large, weak and powerful, as the thing in front of you attacks. Blade raised, wings spreading.
Before anything happens, I just wanted to let you all know that we are not all on board with this. Now, we voted. It was not a majority decision. But we did have a plurality. He shouldn't count. Says who? Says me. He's not one of us. He's been here since the beginning. The old chum really deserves to say. Besides, you'll all thank us when this is finally over and we are officially on top. But enough chatter.
Oh, so you finally decided to do something, have you?
Silence for just a moment as cold eyes regard you. Then silence still as soft eyes hesitate. But the hesitation doesn't last. You feel the sharp sting of cold metal sliding into your chest. But you can feel something else too. Rage flowing from your heart, balling up in closed fists. You throw them at the thing's face and
feel bone crack as her fist collides with your jaw, and then a thud as you tumble across the room.
You are such a disappointment.
I'd like to see you do better. The princess rips the blade from her chest and, fury in her eyes, cuts herself loose from her bindings.
And now we make a quick save. We put down a quick save here so we can come back to this. Wait, I'm back in my body. You getting stabbed? Switch me back.
Oh, you're different. You're back, just as I intended. I was never cut out for leadership, really.
Then I just have to make this next one count.
And now all the way ahead, because something that I realized that I want to show or I'll never get the chance to is what happens when I want to show what Omni Prince's thoughts on this route are. Because she'll be at full power and she won't give us a chance to hear about them if we go straight from where we are, which is why we've done a semi-speed run to get to here. Just enough to have fun, but unfortunately that just enough makes this an episode of its own. Oh well.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
The princess and the dragon, and the princess and the dragon, and the princess and the dragon, and the princess and the dragon.
And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Don't know where she went. Don't know how we'd even go about looking for her.
Does this mean we won?
You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. Don't bother looking for her. I'm sure it's just a waste of time.
The narrator is gone.
He is. Does that mean the world ended? He was never going to outlast us.
We're top of the pecking order now. Right, boys?
I think I'm supposed to look in the mirror.
Something dreadful about it.
I don't think you should. If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
Approach the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
Ignore him. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. They're gone. The mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. I guess it's you. In a way. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed. You are at the cabin. Approach.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is perspectives bleeding into one. You know her better than you know yourself. She will make for an empathetic heart. Do not mourn her, for you would not mourn yourself.
Let her out.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark as you die. Share an stenciled heart before bringing her to...
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path...
Before bringing it to her. Now we go back. What happens if I say nothing?
As she closes the distance, she raises the blade to strike and... kills us. Well, she certainly stabs you.
Okay, I was just wondering. I'm back in here, but you should do it. Kill me. End this. Save yourself.
Oh, you're different. You're back, just as I intended. I was never cut out for leadership, really. The princess's hand trembles as she charges at you, but charge she does. I'm not sure kill me counts as good leadership. It's certainly decisive. I just love that about this guy. Much better than the choices I would make.
Oh, wow. You actually managed to say something I agreed with.
As she closes the distance, she raises the blade to strike and... kills us. Lets it fall to her side. She doesn't make eye contact as she speaks.
I almost killed you there.
And then she looks up at you with fierceness in her gaze.
This had better not be a trick. And you're not getting this back.
She turns her back on you and hurls the blade through the basement window, never to be seen again. No, 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 no! You need the blade to deal with her.
So then, this is actually, as I might have already mentioned, this was added in the Pristine Cut edition, and honestly, I actually really like that she throws the blade out the window. Because it's something that I thought of when I was doing Damsel. I might not have brought it up specifically on recording, which is why I'm bringing it up right now, but I always thought it's rather unfortunate that she just jumps to murder when you resist twice to protect her. There's a perfectly good basement window, why couldn't you just throw the pristine blade through that? And apparently, that must have been a common thing if the devs added it for this. Where Walk Free with the Princess ending involves her chucking that knife out the window. Also, I think that with Gentle Companion, with the way the opportunist tells you, look, we can't let her have that we did, just stab her. I think he's hoping that it also will work and us cutting her free will swap us back so he gets to be in charge again. And then he'll find a way to kill us without using the knife. But anyway, that said...
I guess we won't be doing your dirty work. Yeah.
You have no idea how good it felt to get rid of that thing.
I guess the only thing for us to do is leave.
Yeah, there's nothing left for either of us here.
The princess reaches forward and clasps her remaining hand in yours.
Step into your freedom.
but it's also cold.
Your peace does not last. Something has ripped her from you. She's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Approach the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
Ignore him. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. If they think it's bad, I'm with them. Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone. The mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's the exact same thing as last time. You are alone in a place that is empty. It's still quiet. You are at the cabin. Approach.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own.
This one is perspectives bleeding into one. You know her better than you know yourself. She will make for an empathetic heart. Do not mourn her, for you would not mourn yourself.
So she has nothing different to say about which hearts we bring her, about which one of the princess and dragon hearts we bring her, but they do give us different memories and achievements, I believe. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. Bring me more perspectives.
Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. Share in a princess's beating heart before bringing it to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay, next time we go back to our previous episode saves because we need to see what happens when the Omni Princess reaches full power with these princesses. The game is truly starting to come to an end. Unless I feel like doing a no-skipping run of all my favorite routes, just as a way to end up the thing, but I feel like ending with looking at Princess and the Dragon is a good way to end all this, so... But either way, I do have thoughts on the route, but I think I'll save that for its own thing, so... either way, until next time guys, take care, I'll see you all around.